Ivy is going to talk about the challenges on the credentialing that she had, and finally she got her eligibility, I believe. So Ivy, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself and talk about your experience.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Ivie Okafor. I'm internationally trained. I'm a Nigerian. I trained physiotherapy in Nigeria. I moved to Canada in 2019, and the credentialing process here is really, you have to be really patient. I advise anyone that wants to start to write exams, maybe you want to write in 2023 or 2024, I suggest you start your credentialing as early as possible, because the CAPR takes their time to do everything. So you have to really, because I started my credentialing in November last year, and it took a while. So they usually don't attend to your documents immediately you receive it. You have to be they have a system where they attend to your documents, and then they discover the mistakes. Like it will be the mistakes could range from your name spelling. Like I had an issue with my name spelling. I was hoping on writing November this year, but I couldn't write because of the whole challenges I had. Initially, they found some issues with initially was I didn't notarize the documents because I wasn't aware. I'm in Canada already. I'm a permanent resident holder, so I didn't assume that they would accept my document as is. But there are some documents you actually need to notarize, like your degree certificates. I suggest whenever you're sending any documents to them, before you notarize those documents, your degree certificate and your if you have change of name documents, if you are married, anything that needs to be notarized, you have to notarize before sending to them. And then I also suggest you make sure you go over everything. It's good if you have a trusted person at your end, if you are not there to help to get your documents yourself. And even if you are there, you have to go over your name spellings, go over everything that is sent to you before sending to CAPR. Because CAPR will hold the documents for a period of 6 months and get back to you after that. Then you're going to start all over again. So it's always better to wait to go over the documents, make sure you have everything, try as much as possible to go over everything. Use reliable source to send, because initially I had the issue of my documents were lost the first time. They didn't receive them. They sent them to the US. I had to pay for another one to be sent from Nigeria again. All those things are things that could be avoided if you have someone that can be trusted to help you out, or you do it yourself. Because even your schools or your institution in Nigeria, whatever country you are coming from, could make mistakes too. So all those mistakes will be avoided if you're on ground and make sure everything is, you go over it double, triple times. It's always better to be safer than to be sorry, because when it gets to CAPR and the mistake is there, it's there. You just have to deal with it. So I from my own experience, I would suggest anybody that is, especially if you are not present here in Canada, or even if you are present here and then you're present here, doesn't really make any difference. Always have somebody go over your documents before it is sent, double check all the T's, dot all the I's, and make sure everything is correct, because any little mistake could cause a delay for you in credentialing. So you end up waiting another, maybe like doing a year and 6 months. If not, like if everything is fine, within with the way they are going now, they try to go as fast as possible. It's faster than before the pandemic. But if there's a mistake, it would extend your time. And that's what you're trying to avoid. Nobody has time to waste waiting for an exam. You want to just give the exams and get over with it. So it's good you look over, double check the addresses, double check all your name spellings on your certificates, on your degrees and everything, your transcripts. Make sure everything is correct, because any mistake on that, double check the address is being sent to, the postal code. Everything matters. Nothing should be left to chance, because any mistake is an extension of you. Any mistake, you are losing 3 to 6 months with CAPR. Any little mistake, you are extending your time by 3 to 6 months. So I suggest anybody that wants to credential should make sure all these things are in place. Your documents that have to be notarized, take them to a notary public. Your name, at least I'm very sure about your degree certificate, your transcript is sent by your school, so that doesn't have to be notarized. But any copy of document that is yours, that CAPR request, that is your copy your school gave to you, must be notarized by a notary public before you send it. So documents like your degree certificate is your personal copy, it has to be notarized. If you send them without being notarized, you're going to go back to it again. You will send again, and then your your change of name or anything that is your personal copy, like your IDs, all those things have to be notarized. Otherwise, your ID cards, if you're using your international passport, it has to be your own passport. It has to be notarized before sending to them, because that's the way they know it's a certified true. You have a certified true copy you have sent to them. Excuse me. So those are the challenges that are faced for credentialing. As for the PCE course, it's really the best place to be. Like Aisha said, I also had a gap of about probably 7 to 8 years when I started with PCE Final Frontier. But I can tell you that I'm at a point I was almost ready to give the exam for the challenges I faced because of the structure of the study materials and the timetable and every assistance you have from the PCE Final Frontier. So if you're an internationally trained physiotherapist looking to write in the PCE, you're in the right place. Like, you get all the support that you need. When I started, I didn't even know where to start from. I didn't know what I was going to read. I didn't know I just knew about textbooks. I had all the textbooks, but I didn't know where to start from. But with the guidance of the team and with the guidance of RABNIT and the encouragement that come from anybody you speak to is willing to encourage you, you find yourself in a place where you're not left alone. You're not left alone at any point in time. You always have somebody that you can talk to and vent to, and you get good listening ears, and you just are not left alone. So you're in a good spot where you actually have people that care about your journey, because it's a journey that you're heading to a destination, and it's a journey that you are not left alone all through the journey. You're never left. Even when I didn't have my credentialing, when I had issues with my credentialing, I was not left alone. Like, even when I would be off for some time, somebody always checks on me and say, "Oh, Ivy, how are you doing? Where are you at?" You know, those are things that makes the journey and the process easier. Yes, I know most of the study and everything has to come from you, but aside that, every step of the way, credentialing, everything you are doing, you're not left alone, and you're in the right place. And I thank the PCE Final Frontier team for everything. I know that when I write the PCE and clear the PCE, it would be that I went through. I found myself in a good study group where I had all the encouragement and everything that I needed to make it as a PT in Canada. And I'm grateful to God for that. So, thank you for the speaking.